Good morning. It's Sunday, June 29th, and there is a legal battle that is going on in this country right now that I strongly disagree with. When a law has been in place for a long time, like over 100 years, I think you need more than your thought process to overturn that law. And I am talking about the legal battle over President Donald Trump's move to end birthright citizenship. Because why? Why that a law that has been in effect for that long needs to be examined and overturned? Because he doesn't believe that those who are born in this country of illegal immigrants and other people who might be here working for some reason or other do not deserve citizenship in this country? Is that ruining our country when these children are considered to be citizens of the United States? So this is a battle that Trump has unveiled. Another one of his nonsensical moves to make his presidency much more powerful, so to speak. So immigrant advocates are vowing to fight to ensure that birthright citizenship remains the law as Trump tries to get rid of it. And this law has been in effect for more than a century. And we have many cases that have come up before the high court. And now those cases are being sent back to the lower court to deal with. But the ultimate fate of the president's policy is not settled. And it probably won't be settled for a long, long time. So we have to consider what's going on about birthright citizenship and what the Supreme Court is doing and what had happened next. So birthright citizenship, as most of you know, makes anyone who was born in the United States an American citizen, including children who were born to people who were illegally in this country. And the only children who are not citizens if they're born in this country are those children who happen to be born to diplomats working in this country. Otherwise, if you were born in the United States, you are a citizen of the United States. And this practice goes back to right after the Civil War. That's when Congress ratified the Constitution's 14th Amendment to ensure that black people, including the former slaves, had citizenship. So that's the basis for this law. And I don't see any reason in the current situation of our population to be changing this. So all persons born or naturalized in the United States are subject to the jurisdiction thereof and are citizens of the United States. And that's what the amendment says. So years ago, a guy named Wong Kim Ark, a man born in the United States to Chinese parents, was refused re-entry to the U.S. after traveling overseas. And his lawsuit led to the Supreme Court explicitly ruling that the amendment gives citizenship to anyone born in the United States, no no matter what his parents' legal status was. And that's been the law of the land for so long, over 100 years. And there's only a few exceptions. One of those exceptions is that if you're born in the U.S. to a foreign diplomat, as the child of a foreign diplomat, then you are not considered a citizen. Because those people are not living here, they're working here. They are not intending to stay. So if you happen to be born here and your parents were working for the UN or something, that's not going to count. So this is a very simple ruling. And I don't know why Trump has to make a big deal out of it. So when he signs an executive order that seeks to deny citizenship to children who are born to people living in the U.S. illegally or temporarily, that's part of his hardline immigration agenda. He has called that birthright citizenship a magnet for illegal immigration. Well, maybe there are some people who have struggled into this country illegally because they knew if their kids were born here, they would have a better life than the life that they were leading. So yes, maybe that is a problem. But is that the reason to stop this thing? No, because that's a minuscule problem in the big scope of things. So I think that President Trump is just overstepping his boundary and catering to a part of the U.S. citizenship that would like to have this country probably more white than it is. So I'm against it. I'm against this deal with trying to change the law of citizenship. And I don't care whether the person was in this country legally or illegally. The baby was born here, they're a citizen of the United States. And I leave you with that this morning. Think about it. 150 some odd years later, we gotta change the law. Why? Because President Trump is catering to a segment of our society that has a bias against something. Have a great day. Bye.